What's up guys, Melikan here from MKAU Gaming, as always bringing you the latest and greatest in gaming news and reviews. And today we're doing a playthrough of Sigil of the Magi. This one's been sent to us by Just Yong, a solo developer, and we're actually lucky enough to have a quick look at this one at PAX in 2020, so I was definitely keen to give this one a shot, so let's get started. Now, straight off the bat, we have three different, up here, as you can see, we've got three different factions that we can choose from. So we've got the Royal Vanguard. Now this consists of your typical tank character in the form of a knight, a ranger, or an archer I should say, sorry, which is our ranged unit, and then a wizard, which is our supporting character. Now as we progress through this, we'll unlock the next guys, which are the Guild of Shadows. So we have our bounty hunter, we have our rogue, and we have a witch. Haven't had a chance to play with these guys yet because, as you can see here, I haven't actually unlocked them yet. So there's two ways to unlock these guys, first of which being to actually complete the game with the Royal Vanguard. Clearly haven't done that. Or we can gain enough experience, which I still need another 40 experience to do so. Now once you've unlocked these guys, you can then potentially unlock the Far East, consisting of the Swordmaster, we have a monk, and we have the Priestess. And again, if we complete the game with Guild of Shadows, or accumulate enough points, we can unlock them. Once you've finally done that, you then have this option here where you can customize your selection. So you can pick a character potentially from each of the factions to go through and see how you go. So let's get started and we'll run through a quick course. Now this is a deck building roguelike game. So you've got a few different things you can do. Now this doesn't show up when you first start playing, but I have obviously played a little bit. So I'm going to choose, because I don't know how much money I've got, I'm just going to pick a card to add into my deck. So we've got a few different cards that we can choose from. Now these cards are color coded to the character that can use them. So we've got the Knight, for example, Roar of Courage, gain 2 power, but the debuff is lose 2 power. We have the Quick Shot, which is for the Archer. So deal 6 damage and draw a card, but it burns it after use. Burning effectively, well, you'll see when I start playing the game. And then we've got Gale Shield. So this one grants 7 armor and it knocks back all adjacent units by 1 tile. And again, you'll see what that means when we get into the game. So I'm going to go with the shield. We have the option to preview the upgrade, but obviously that's not upgraded at the moment, so we'll just continue. Now this is where it gets a little bit roguelike in regards to we can choose our path. So as you can see at this stage, it doesn't matter which way we're going to go, we're going to get straight into a fight with an enemy. So a little bit of pre-planning is required, and I'm greedy, so I'm going to choose this one. Now on this screen, when you first start the fight, you get to place down your characters. So my knight, I'm going to stick right here so he can start wailing on this guy. This guy has an ability where, as you can see, he gains Relentless, gains 2 power at the start of each turn, but it is a burn after use. Again, you'll see that in a moment. We're going to chuck the Archer up here, and we'll chuck the we'll just put the Wizard there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so press start to begin. Now, here, this is our draw pile. This is how many cards we've currently got to play with, not including these ones across here. As you can see, as I hover over things, it shows us the range in which these things, these spells or these cards can take effect. So most of the cards I have are ranged ones. Defensive Aura does it to adjacent tiles, and by adjacent, it means the ones immediately like left, right, up, down. It doesn't do the diagonal ones. And then obviously we've got Slash, which is also just I mean, it's melee, so you need to be pretty much in contact with them. So, let's get started. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slash the enemy. So, I'll choose this card, and I'll smack this guy. I will then use Mr. Wizardman. Forgot to mention, the cards have how much mana they cost. And then this is how much mana you actually have. So, Mr. Magic Man is going to deal 7 damage to this guy, because I want to kill him as fast as possible. And then I'm going to shoot this guy. No, I'm not. Okay, so we're going to move my character. I'm going to move the character. Let's see if this works. Yes, it does. Now, I can also accidentally shoot my friend guy, my knight. Don't want to do that. So we're just going to shoot this guy here. Now, you may have noticed that the damage has actually gone down as well. Previously, that was saying deals 10. That's because the ranger or the archer hadn't moved. Because they've moved, I guess the idea is that they're less accurate. So, but anyway, we'll shoot this guy for 6 damage. We are now out of mana, so we'll end our turn. Okie dokie, so we've got a couple of different cards now. Now, as you can see, this is our discard pile. When this gets down to 0, they'll basically be shuffled back across here. If we burn a card, like you saw these guys do previously, it doesn't go back into your discard pile. It effectively becomes absolutely useless. So, unless we absolutely have to, we don't really want to burn a card. So, Mr. Wizardman is going to smack him. Now, because we're out of range, our archer's going to have to do something. So what I might do, I'm going to move into this bush, which, as you can see here, gains 4 armor to any unit occupying it at the end of the turn. So she'll go back there. She'll shoot this guy a couple of times. And again, we're now out of mana, so we'll end our turn. Alright, Mr. Nightman. Going to move here. So it's quite easy in that you can see how far away you can actually deal damage to things, but also as you hover over your characters, or as you select your characters, you can see how far they can actually move. Right, this one doesn't cost any mana, so I'm going to chuck that on her. And I'm going to give... She hasn't got much health. I'll give her some extra armor there as well. And then she also gained an additional 4 because she's in a bush. Now, you do lose your armor every turn as well, as you just saw. So she now doesn't have any armor. She was down to 1. Mr. Wizardman. Yeah. We'll just use that to wipe him out. Rogue is going to move back there. And then shoot this guy. And we'll end our turn. Alright, let's call it. Now, these rewards here, these are something that you get effectively no matter what. So, when you beat the enemy, you get these. So, we've got 24 gold, which brings us up to 174. There we go. And we can add a card to our deck. So, let's see what we've got. We can gain some additional armor, inflict provoked on all adjacent enemies. We can increase range and power. Or we can deal 8 damage and inflict... That one sounds good. Let's go with that. Okay, yes please. Thank you. Let's proceed. Okay, so... This here is a merchant. We'll click on our little happy guy who looks like he's trying to get into combat. And we've got a few options here. So we can buy new cards. Which do I like any of these? Do I like any of these? I don't mind that one actually. That one's not too bad. Anyway, we've also got these. So these are kind of like passive buffs. So the cards are things that you actively use in combat, and then these are passive buffs. So what does this one do? I can't afford it anyway, but at the end of the turn, all champions gain 1 armor for each card stored in the card rack. I'll touch on that one shortly. The obelisk shard. First time the rack is full, the last card to be stored becomes 0 mana for the rest of combat. That's not too bad. That'd be nice. Unfortunately, can't afford it. And then we've got the Ring of Abundance. For every 10 card played, gain a mana and draw a card. That's not too bad either. Now, we've also got the card removal. So, there are abilities that can wound your characters, and effectively you get a card called a wound card. Basically, it's just a card that you can't do anything with. It just takes up space in your hand. If we had any of those, we obviously want to get rid of them, but we don't. So, I'm just going to buy this one. So -1 mana cost for this combat. Yep, okay, we'll take that. And that leaves us with 108. Okay, do we want another one? Okay, so add a wound into your draw pile. So this is one of those things where if I use this card, it deals a little bit extra damage to the enemies, but it also means that I have a chance of drawing a wound card, which means that there's a card in my hand that I can't use. We'll just leave. Okay, this next one is a campfire. So what we can do, we have a couple of different options. We've got individual heal, patch up a single champion, regain 50% HP. We've got group rest, which basically everybody gains 25%. Or we've got train, which means that we can upgrade a card in our deck. So, because we're only at the start, we've also taken a bit of damage. I'm just going to go with a group rest, because I want to try and keep people alive. Alright, this next one, once again, we've got some more combat. So, Mr. Nightman can go down here. Mr. or Miss Archery person can go down here. And Mr. Wizard can go here. There we go. Alright, start. Alright, now, what I'm going to do, obviously we're not in combat at the moment, so I'm actually going to put this one into our rack. So this is where we can potentially store a card in our hand for another turn, basically. So we'll store that one. Now, storing it does cost mana, so probably shouldn't have done that in hindsight. In fact, there's not much I can do without moving people. So you're going to move up there, because you're the only one that can really do anything. I might actually move you up here. And you know what? We will use this. And we'll provoke this one. Alright, so that card's now burned, which means we can't use that again in this particular game, or in this particular playthrough, I should say. Or at least that's my experience with it. Oh, there's really not much I can do this turn. Alright, we're just going to end the turn there then. Okay. As much as I like dogs, I think I have to do this. I don't want to because I do like doggies. Shoot the doggy. We'll then smack the doggy. And that's all we can do this turn. Yeah, the dogs, or that particular dog, can actually call in other opponents, which is not fun, especially when you're on low health. Which, good news is I'm not, but... Okay, what do we got? 8 damage. Ooh. Okay, well that one's free, so you're going to use that. You are going to... Archery person's going to shoot a couple of times. And we'll stab. End the turn and see what happens. I really don't like my knight. Yeah. So as you can see here, the tree stump blocks paths, as does the rock. Now, the puddle actually makes things take more damage, so if you can get an enemy to drop themselves into the puddle, they take 50% more damage, which it can make or break a fight. You're going to move there. You're going to use that on yourself again. You're going to... Actually, you're then going to shoot. And you're going to cast Defensive Aura. So that everybody gets some armor. Okay. We'll smack you. These all seem a little bit overkilly. Actually, I probably should have used that. There we go, we'll use that one. And we'll end my turn. Okay, let's smack that guy. Da-da-da! Alright, some more gold. Another card. I used to be an adventurer like you, and then I took an arrow in the knee. I know that's wrong. I had to make it sound like that. Okay, so what do we got? Shield bash. Gain armor, deal 4 damage, and knockback. That's pretty good. Whoa, that's also pretty good. Bleed's one of those things that can deal damage sort of over time. So as the enemy moves, for every one of those squares that they move, they take some damage. So we might actually go with that. Okay, now from here we can actually choose one of 2 different paths. And either way, if we go this way, we're going to come across a fight. If we go this way, we're going to come across a fight. We might find something cool here. probably find something cool here. But then if we do go down this way, we've got another resting spot and we've got a shop for another resting spot, and then the big bad. We'll go this way. Alright, so we've got some gold. And we've got... Ooh, that's a nice passive. Yes, please. Alright, let's take on the elite. It's probably going to be one of the ones where I'm gonna have to move up. But what we might do first, move her there. We'll cast that, give them some armor. Elites have a lot more health. So much more health. Move you up one. Alright, so that's where our passive kicks in. So because we inflicted a negative status effect on them, they've also gained a bleed. And then that's out of range. Those ones can't be used. That's a nice little blood curse. Give you some armor. Give you some armor because you're low on health. And 9 damage, that's a lot better than 7. Alright. They just get grumpy. We'll smack you with that one. No, I don't want to do that. Definitely do not want to give that guy extra armor. So, armor is basically just used to absorb damage that you'd normally take, as you've probably already seen. Oh, he hit hard. We got 7, 9, and 7. He hits really hard. That's nasty. Alright, give you a freebie. Move you there. Give you some armor. Give you that. So for every square this guy moves, which it looks like he's not going to move this turn anyway. Give you some armor. You there, then cast that on you. Alright, move you there. Alright, let's see if we can do this, guys. And then shoot you. May as as well, that was free. Alright, so we've got a bunch of gold now. Add another card. What do we got? Taunt's a good one for the extra armor. Dual shot's good because you do basically 2 shots. Or overflow. Ooh, it's expensive though. Can't really use that card because I don't have 4 mana, so we might go with Taunt. And we get a Jade Bracelet. So this is another passive one. So you can collect passives, but if you do die, you don't bring them with you next time. 7 or more cards in a single turn. Wow. Currently can't do that, but we'll take it anyway. Right, onto the campfire. We definitely need to heal now. 100% need to heal. Another trader. Let's see what we got. You have 0 cards of random champion. Nah. If champion has less than 5 thorns, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Thorns, basically, when the enemy attacks you, you deal some damage back to him. In the War Banner. Start combat with 7 armor. That one's better, I think. I hope. Find out soon enough. And that one's a good one, so we'll buy that as well. And we are now broke. That's okay. Rest up again, so almost everyone's at full health. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. You can go there. You can go there. You can go there. Alright. Alright, let's see how we go. You can go in there so you get some extra armor. I'll also do that. I'll also do that. Then we'll slap you. Push you out of the way. Let's see if we can do it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Damage to both of them. Yeah, that'll do. Expect to kill that guy. There we go. This could be a problem. Kill that person. Shield. And give you some extra armor. that just because it's free. That's right, you gotta cast that on himself. Use some additional armor. Damn. Need to move. Oh. This is the longest and most intense battle I've had yet. Make you run away. I need to move you. Is that because it's free? Not quite in range, bugger. Ooh. Stabby. Needs to move again. About as good as I can do at the moment. That hurt. Bunch of damage, deal a bunch more. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so because the wizard's dead, even though I've still got the wizard's cards in my hand as they get drawn, effectively it means that they can't be used. Which, you know, that makes sense. And there we go. We beat the boss person. Oh, that's a lot of gold for that fight. And we got a couple of achievements. Picky shooter. Deal 8 damage. Only playable when the card rack is either full or empty. Okay. Provoking strike. Inflict provoked, deal a bunch of damage. If the target is already provoked, deal 100% more. That's pretty good. That's 20 damage a hit. And that burns up to 3 hindrance cards. So that's a good one as well, but I don't have any hindrance cards. So we'll take that one. And then we get to gain a bonus. Whoa, what do we got? +1 mana every turn, that's nice. +1 draw, +1 gem. We're going to go with the yellow gem. But there you go, guys. That was Sigil of the Magi in a nutshell. So if you like this one, by all means, jump on and check it out. It is soon to be available on Steam. I believe at the moment it is currently in early access. Don't quote me on that, though. By the time you see this, it may have been released. But thank you again to Young Just Young for sending this one across to us. We really appreciated the opportunity to test it out. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, check the links in the description. Use code MKAU at Juiced Energy for a discount on that one. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks everyone. Have a good day.